What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I hope you like this video. This is a new show alert, okay? This is The Circle Atlanta. This is a new franchise of The Circle. We have The Circle New York City, and then I think they had The Circle Miami. I didn't review either one, but I am reviewing The Circle Atlanta. I'm definitely here to support my boy Jamar84, who is an executive producer over there. So let's get into it. Okay, so we start this episode off. It's a bunch of people. At the beginning, I ain't even going to try to call off their names because, one, it was going too fast, and two, I don't think I got everybody's name, and I don't want to mess up something and mess up somebody's name. So let's just talk about the people we saw on this episode, okay? So we want to start off with Mr. Cash De Niro. Cash is a singer. We see him singing in the church, and we hear him talking about, you know, that this was just a really bad year for him. It was a very trying year for him. He went through a lot, but he is not going to allow himself to be defined by what he used to do and who he used to be. And, you know, so the whole time he's talking, and I don't know if he's from another franchise and this information came out on The Circle New York or The Circle Miami, but I was like, I don't know nothing about this. Like, I don't know you. I don't know what happened. I don't know nothing. And we see him at this church, and he's singing. And the church looks like it's one of those come-as-you-are type churches. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm saying that in a good way. Like, it didn't seem like it was very pretentious. It didn't seem like it was, you know, the pastor, I think, is a female pastor, or it's a husband and wife. And she was up there in her jeans and her T-shirt, and the T-shirt said, "It's the hubby for me." I said, I know that's right. It's the hubby for you. Now, I thought it was going to say it's the Jesus for me, but it said it's the hubby for me. And I was here for that. I was here for the it's the hubby for me. But she was preaching and he was singing, and he seemed like he's got a really nice voice. But he had on like a hoodie and some sweatpants. So that's what I mean by a come as you are church. And again, I ain't saying that with any negativity because I'm okay with the come as you are situation. Because I just feel like there's a whole lot of people that put on a $300 suit to go to church, and they the biggest devils up in there. And then you got somebody else in some jeans and a T-shirt, and they give you what you need. So I ain't mad about that. Now, we saw a clip later on in the episode. Once again, he was back in church singing, and he was singing So High by John Legend. And I was a little confused at it because I was like, is he going to change up the lyrics? Because, you know, the song is like, ever since the day you came into my life, we were born to fly. And I was like, okay, that could be Jesus. If you change up the words, you could be talking about Jesus. But then he never changed the words, and he was just singing So High, you know, you got me walking on cloud nine. Now, I've been to weddings where this was like the wedding song, and at the reception and the first couple, and I was just like, okay, we're just going to keep singing the love song. But then it was a proposal, and he was singing the song, and then the man came out with the balloons and the roses, and he got on his knee and he proposed, and it was a sweet moment. And I was understanding why we were still singing the secular version of the song. But what we did find out is that Cash used to do porn. You know, he finally got all of it out. And he said he's not going to be defined by something he used to do. Now, listen, I'm one of those people, I'm not about to sit here and shame sex work. Not legal sex work. Listen, it is what you did. It is not who you are. And if you are no longer that person, listen, we good to go. I'm here for it. And I'm all right with it. So far, so good. I think I like Mr. Cash De Niro. I want to know more of his story. I want to know more about the past. And from the preview, from the clips for the season, it looks like we're going to definitely get more of him. Now, next we have Mr. Mel B from The Circle. He's from The Circle New York. Again, people who watch The Circle New York or reviewed The Circle New York are probably a lot more familiar with him. He's got a clean slate with me. I don't know nothing about him. But you know what else I don't know? I still don't know a whole lot about him. Because I think because he came from another show, it's an assumption that I knew what the hell he did. Because we had this whole work scene, which was a nice work scene. He was at a, looks like it's a black-owned spa. They look like they do a little bit of everything there. They got the Reiki treatments. They got the what's the things where you sit on the pot and it cleans the woman's vajayjay. Looked like somebody was getting their natural hair done. It looks like they got a little bit of everything. It was called the Honey. Hey Honey, I think. So y'all down in Atlanta, y'all check out Hey Honey. It's an all black. Looks like it's an all black situation going on down there. Spa, what have you. So y'all go check them out. They look like they got a nice establishment sitting there. Now, here's what I'm saying, because the whole time he was talking about these were his clients and that he moved out of New York and he's happy to be in Atlanta and that he's opened up a new office to his business. I never heard him say exactly what it is that he does. Are you a publicist? At first I thought maybe he was a stylist, but it looks like he does more than just styling, because he was there, they were doing headshots, they were taking pictures, but then I saw him sit down and talk to the owner of the spa, and he was talking about her specials that she was running for Valentine's Day, because this was happening around Valentine's Day, and how long did she want the specials to run? Did she want the specials to run to the end of the month? And so it sounds like he does some sort of publicist kind of thing. And I just don't know. But whatever it is, it looks like he's doing very well. And it is what it is. Okay. Now we have Jewel the Gem. And that is exactly how she introduces herself. She is Jewel the Gem. She's from Haiti. She's a first generation Haitian. She's from the Bronx, New York. No, Brooklyn. Don't cut me, Jewel. She's from Brooklyn. And she describes herself as a ratchet revolutionary. She does event planning that is blackity black, meaning she only does events for black people. I don't know if you can legally say that, Jewel. Jewel, I don't know if that's legal. I mean, you can do it, but I don't know if it's legal for you to say that you only do events for black people. I just don't think that's legal. But okay. She also does rapture revolutionary event planning. No, I said that part already. She does something else, child. She also says she's a witch. She used to be a teacher. She says she's taught from pre-K all the way up to high school. Now, I'm not trying to get too much into her business, but y'all know education is my lane. So, I got questions about that. But I'm going to let that go for now because I'm going to let it go for now. Then we meet Miss Mulatto, who's from Cali. She is married. Her and her wife have been together for 6 years. I think she said they've been together for 6 years, been married for 2. I believe that's what she was saying. Now, she said that she is her wife's first gay relationship. And that she, taught her some things, let her be with some other women, because she was like, what you not going to do is practice on me. What you not going to do is bust your cherry on me, break my heart, and then go off to another woman. No, ma'am. So she said, they went to the sex store, they played around, they did some things, and because she said, you're not going to experiment with me. Okay, you will not experiment with me. She also has a bridal boutique. She does, of course, she does bridal showers. She does event planning. And her wife are launching a magazine. We didn't see a whole lot more of Mulatto, but we definitely got that in there. So good to meet you, Miss Mulatto. She's pretty, too. She's a pretty little thing. All right. Next, we meet Rico, who is an actor. He's also doing an event coordinator. He's from Atlanta. He is launching ACTV. So the rest of the episode is really this launch party where we meet a few more people, okay? So Rico is there. We meet Martell Starr. He is on a show that is on the AC network, ACTV network. We meet Tevin LaBrace, who is a singer, and he is also on a show that's on the network, okay? So the rest of this episode is them at this network event. Now, Martell, listen, I feel like I'm not supposed to like Martell, but I feel like I'm probably going to end up liking Martell because Martell is so ridiculous. He's funny. So, like, he's late for the event. He doesn't care about being late. He shows up late. He's talking. He's disruptive. And really a little borderline disrespectful to what's going on stage, right? Or he's on stage or whatever. He talks about how much he loves himself and how much of a star he is and how everybody loves him and how everybody should love him and how he is the man, he is the man, he is the man, and everybody should love him. And it's funny. I know it's not supposed. He's funny. It's a thin line because I'm sure there's going to be a point where he's going to probably be on my nerves before it's over with, but it's funny. And so Jewel is there. She was invited and she was there, so she's in the audience. And what seems like, okay, so the MC of the event is Miss Amani Van Zap. Shout out to Amani Van Zap. We know her from the Chasing Atlanta franchise. I also saw Rico with a K, who is from Chasing Atlanta as well. Well, she's from the Chasing Reality franchise. I saw Rico with a K from Chasing Atlanta. Just throwing that out there that I saw them people coming through. Now, we start off, we have Martell and we have Tevin on stage. I guess they're on a show that's on the ACTV network, and they're going through their whole thing. Now, when they got done talking about their show, I guess, again, they're launching a network, so I guess they're showing clips of the different shows that they have on the network. When they got done, Tevin, who was a singer, decided that he was going to take his moment, okay? And Tevin started singing. Now, in that moment, Rico immediately got irritated because Rico was like, nobody asked for that. Sir, talk about your show and get off my stage, okay? Because nobody asked for that. Nobody asked you to sing, because if I had wanted you to sing, let's be clear, I would have put you on the program to sing. I want you to talk about this show. I want you to get off the stage because we got other shows to get to, okay? We got a long program, okay? Okay? So then they get off stage, and they're actually, I guess, where Tevin and Martell go is sort of backstage. And I guess they're loud. Jewel is back there. They introduce themselves, and all that good stuff. Jewel had stood up and asked a question, and she asked, listen, that's all well and good, which I showed us is all cute and everything. But what was really going on behind the scenes? Okay, who was sleeping with each other? Who liked each other? Who don't like each other? I want to know the behind the scenes. And I was like, okay, Jewel, I'm here for you cutting through the bullshit. Okay. So Rico gets irritated and he comes back there and asks them to be quiet. Listen, they were quiet for like 5 minutes and then they started talking again and getting loud again. Rico had to ask them again, and by this time he is really, really irritated. Now listen, I see both sides of this coin. I really do. You're at an event, and I've been in situations like that before where you're at an event, people are getting loud, and it's really borderline disrespectful because you're trying to ask people to stop being so loud, but people are talking. You're trying to move on with the program, but the people who were on the program, they done. So now they backstage or they on the side of the stage and they being loud, they socializing or whatever, which is what was happening. They were socializing and they were being loud. And it continued to go back and forth until it really escalated with Rico coming back there like he was going to fight somebody. Rico, I understand being offended. I get it. And it was disrespectful for them to be back there being loud. I get it. I do. I get it. But, sir, you do know that that's not a good look either, right? That you came back there like you was going to fight somebody. Child. Anyway, honey, that's where the first episode ended. I'm here for it so far, so good. Like I said, I see where Rico was irritated. It's an important night. You got a lot going on. You was a little stressed out, And then Martell really wasn't giving you any type of, he was like, girl, go sit down and stop tripping. Like, that was the energy he was giving. So I'm sure that didn't help. You know what I'm saying? And then Tevin was like, I don't know who you think you're talking to. Like, I'm not a child. I'm not your child. I'm nobody's child. You're going to address me with respect. You want to talk to me with respect. And if not, we're going to handle it however we're going to handle it. So, you know, it definitely escalated on both ends. Now, where this episode ended, there was no fight. I don't know what happens next week, honey, but that's where this episode ended. So, y'all let me know what y'all think. Drop it in those comments. Peace.